Hello everyone, welcome back to Lubelska Dolina for episode 36 in the adventures of Feldkorp. Good morning everyone. It is now 8:40 on the 4th day mid-autumn. We are doing quite well, as you saw in the previous episode, at the end of the previous episode. We got quite a chunky payout from the what do you call that thing? The biogas plant, where we put all that silage in it. That worked out tremendously well for us. We got a good 50 odd grand, I think it was, 59 possibly. But yeah, so that was good. Now today, what we're doing is repurposing some fields quick while we have a chance. Now we may not sow anything in them yet. We'll have a think about that as we're going, because at the moment there's not much we can do. This one here, this was our potato field, which I just realised I need to be ploughing, because it was potatoes. So we're going to abandon this mission and start on this one, because this was just oats that never quite finished. So we'll start on this one instead, because, you know... So yeah, but yeah, so the plan of action today, we've got Alexander off doing a fertilising contract with that new bronze fertiliser spreader that we got. So he's off using the big RajotGPLAY to do that. Right now, we're mainly waiting for basically for crops to dry out, so we can see about getting some stuff done with our crops here. So we've got just off to, just turning the wrong way there, just off to our right there, we've got our soybean field that is coming in, or it has come in. We're just waiting for the ground to, or the crop moisture level to go down a bit so we can actually harvest it. And on the far side of that, we've also got that new, what was it field? Sugar beet field. So we are also going to have to buy some sugar beeting equipment as well. Now I've got my eye on a couple of different things, depending on the horsepower and how we want to go about it, because I know this tractor doesn't have a front PTO, so we may, you know, it depends on what we're going to get basically, because there's two options. We could either get the old option, the old cheap option, and just kind of do like what we did with the potatoes, get the old little RajotGPLAY that we bought, the little small green one. We could get that to poodle around and just go up and down the lanes, taking the sugar beet out of the ground, and then we come along and scoop it up with a bucket and pop it into the trailer. So yeah, we've got that option, or we could potentially look at something else. There are sort of in-between options, if you like. I mean, the normal stuff's going to be like 100 grand to get one of the big pull-along ones. So we'll have a look. In fact, we'll have a quick look now. When we get to the end of this row here, I'll set up for the next one and then just pop up the old shop catalogue brochure online thingy, and we'll have a quick look. Let's just get set there for a minute. Pop that down and into the store we go. Yeah, so the beet technology, we've got the sort of basic grimy setup there. That's quite expensive and a lot of horsepower, although we do have the K5 that would run that. The next cheapest option we've got is, where is it? It's this stuff, which is, you know, almost 40 grand for the pair of them. That's not bad, but again, it's a bit pricey. So what I'm thinking of getting is this thing, the PH Mini. Now what it does do is it kicks stuff out to the sides, and I want to say it's got like a 2-ish meter radius on it, or not radius, width. I think it's a 2 meter width. It's not a 3 meter. It's not as wide as this stuff, I don't think, but it's also not as thin as this sort of thing. Which, I mean, again, this is also an option, but that's only 1 meter wide, and that's not very big. Now, the interesting thing about it is this one doesn't actually require a topper. I think it chops it and then flicks it up as it goes. So yeah, we'll have a look at that, and depending on the what do you call it, the width of it when we run it, we'll either get that mini or we'll get these two. So we could always get that and start working fairly soon on it. It just depends on how we go. Because like I said, we got these 2 fields to prep for a little bit, and there's some contracts going on as well. So, oh, actually, speaking of contracts, that has just reminded me we need to cash in some of these. So we got some fertilising jobs done last night, while we were finishing everything else up, and it looks like we're almost finished with that one as well. So I think we can take that one on. And what else was next? There were a couple we were looking at. It might have been 51 possibly, or oh no, it was the 82s, wasn't it? It was 82, 83, 85 and 86. Those were the ones. So we'll catch all of those. 83, 85, because those are all pretty much in the same place. And 86, there we go. So yeah, if we scroll up, have a quick look over here. Yes, we've got 2, 3, 5 and 6 over there. So Alexander there he is going across it right now. Yep, still got a bit more to go, but once he's finished we'll send him on down to the next field, and we shall carry on with this. Oh, and in fact, another thing that we are going to do, I will get this field cultivated, is a couple of things. In fact, we might as well get a heads up now. We'll have a quick look in the classifieds, since I pressed the wrong button anyway. I don't anticipate much being available in here at the moment. Low loader lorry thing. Yeah, nothing too much that we're looking for. What I had meant to do was go back into here, and we're going to do 2 things. We are going to purchase this small field, 121. So we're going to get that. And we are also going to pay the bank. Since we've got contracts going on now, we've got some more money coming in. We are going to repay the bank. What are we on? We're on 800,000 at the moment. We've got 170,000, so we are going to pay them back to the tune of 100 grand. Oh, in fact, we're going to pay them 105 grand because I clicked too many times. Smashing. So we are now down to 695, which is pretty epic, I think. Now, we've only got 65 grand left at the moment, but that's not bad because that is enough to get the biogas section built that we were talking about the other day, and that will work in conjunction with what we're doing here with the sugar beets, because that biogas sort of thing, what's it called, processor, I guess, that will definitely take sugar beet, which is good because that will pay out far more than the rest of the map is currently paying out, from what I'm led to believe. From what the people were telling me, that if we get that put in, we'll make a fair amount of money, and that is a pretty big field of sugar beet over there. So I'm fairly sure our little storage building we've got there will not take it. It will probably take a very small amount, considering our potato field yielded about 75,000, and that sugar beet field is probably 3 or 4 times the size of that potato field. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of a nightmare. Yeah, oh, it looks like Alexander has finished over there now. That's good. So we shall get this finished here and send him off to the next contract, and then we'll get the plough and start working on that. And we'll catch up again a little bit later on once we get doing some harvesting work, I think. Hello everyone, we are back again at a slight interim period. I was just getting ready to put some oilseed radish into our potato field, and Alexander just called. It was a very excited phone call. You can see him over there, he's practically bouncing around with excitement. He told me to come down to the store quick because there's something very special happening down here. Well, it's not special, but yeah, see, he's like giddy with excitement. It's awesome. And he told me to go and have a chat with the guys in the shop here, because he just come down to refill the bruns over there, and he found out that there's a tractor that's just come up for sale. So yes, here it is. It's the Ursus 1674M. And it is being sold in this condition for 30,713, which is not a bad price, and this would be a good modern upgrade for us. I mean, I say modern in terms of this tractor was produced out of the Warsaw plant here in Poland back in, I think it ran from 2006 to 2009. And the 1604 that we've got, which is basically the equivalent of, at least horsepower-wise, is from sort of the early 90s. So we can pretty much do a straight swap for this, you know, sort of like for like almost. And this one does upgrade to a further, I want to say 190 horsepower. We've got the 1934 Robert edition. That's 190, or we could even go with the 1934 chipped edition that goes all the way up to a whopping 225. That's not bad. So we got a few options there, and it's got some fancy wheels as well. We could go for some twin red wheels there. We can't afford that at the moment, but I mean we can. But you know, save money. No unnecessary sort of upgrades at the moment. But it comes with a built-in front 3-point and a PTO by the look of it in there, and yeah, it's a very nice looking little tractor. So we are going to go ahead and purchase that, and we're essentially just trading in our previous tractor. So let's run over here. Oh, there she is. That looks awesome, that does. So yeah, let's run over here. There's Alexander all giddy with excitement again. Yeah, so we are going to sell the 1604. Alexander did get it repaired in his excitement, and they're going to buy it off us for 27,000. So we basically have paid what is it, about three grand, give or take a little bit. So that is now sold. Let's pop over here and have a quick look. Give her a start. Oh, that sounds nice. Looks good on the inside. Could do with a little bit of a wash, but there's Alexander again being all excited. It's so adorable. So yeah, let's take it over here quick and give it a bit of a wash. It's slightly faster than our previous tractor. We'll have to repair it as well, but don't need to do that just yet. Pick that up. There we go. A quick hose down. You might buy another fuel barrel, get that, just get it refueled a little bit. I mean, it's not terrible, but there we go. Yeah, that's looking quite nice indeed. I'm very much liking that. Oh yes. Sounds good. Has a horn. Okay. Oh, that's smashing, that is. It's definitely a lot newer and a lot more modern than the previous one. That is brilliant. Now, not that there was anything wrong with the other one, really, but this I think definitely makes a big improvement, and it's helping advance the farm a bit. And if we need to, we can always upgrade it further to, like I say, 200 and something odd horsepower. So let's get some diesel. We'll get one of these barrels. Pop that over there from the store, and we'll just drive around quick. And oh balls, we've already got another one set over there. Oh well, we'll use what's left of this one for now, because it's kind of getting in the way. There we go. All full. So yeah, that is very tasty indeed. We'll leave this here for Alexander. He's going to run off and do some more contracts. Just turn that off and we'll leg it back up to the farm to continue with our seeding exploits. Thank you, Alexander. Yes. Oh, and speaking of contracts-wise, we have a number of completed ones that we are going to cash in. So, I mean, that alone has paid for the difference that we spent on the tractor, and has put us up to 115,000. So, did that actually pay for? No, I wouldn't have. So, I mean, that alone was like half the cost of the tractor. So that's not half bad. But yeah, so we'll run back here and continue on with our little seeding adventure. We're still waiting for the crops to dry out. See if we can get a bit of a read on them with our little moisture meter thing. Squeeze a couple of soybeans into it and see how they look. Or I could get a chainsaw out. Yeah, come on. That's not what I was looking for. Let's have a look here. 22%, so it's coming down. So it might not be too long. We may still get have a bit of light in which to harvest that by. So we'll run back across our canola field here, and we should carry on seeding and see. Or well, we'll start seeding. Alexander will carry on with contracts, and we'll see where we end up, because we really want to get to that harvest and possibly get to work on the old what are they called? That's the weight. What are those things called? I can't even remember now. Sugar beets, of course. Yes. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm having a bit of a brain fart over here. Senior moment, or whatever it's called these days. But yes, so I shall carry on with this, and we'll catch up again in a little bit, because this is basically just seeding, and we've all seen seeding before. Alright, we are back again. It's just coming up to 5 o'clock, and the ground is now dry enough that we can harvest. So we are going to start with our soybean field, and we are just coming around the road up here now. We've also purchased the what's the harvesty thing? Sugar beet harvester, the little diddy sugar beet digger. We have purchased that. Now it's not at the farm at the moment, but Clara is actually out on a bit of a mission at them right now. So this thing here is unfolding. Lovely. Yeah, so we're going to start work up here, but in a second we'll just switch over to the Clara cam, so you can see what she's up to. Basically what happened was we had a great demand for eggs. You can see there they're selling for 60, well, it's just gone up, 6,700 per 1,000, and we've got almost 3,000 in a crate. So she is down there about to sell those for us, and on the way back she's going to pick up the what's it, the sugar beet digger thing. So we shall get that back up to the farm in a moment. Also, Alexander, I think, was out doing more contracts. He's completed a couple of fields there, so we'll cash those in. And I believe he's about to start work on field 42, so that's good. So yeah, just before we get started on this, let's have a quick look at Clara and see what she's up to. Alright, here we are. We can see she's just coming down to the sell point now with the old crate of eggs there. And if you remember back quite a number of episodes, this was actually one of the areas that we helped develop down here. We helped with the setting up of all these buildings and stuff. So yeah, this has worked out quite well in our favour. They've got a little shop going and everything. So we are going to try and climb up the side of it. There we go, straps off. Okay. Now, I've got to make sure I get this in the correct sell point, because there's a couple sort of over here. But we should get close to 18, maybe 19, 20,000 almost. Let's see if it's going to start selling, of course. There we go. Let's see what we get, or what Clara gets us for these eggs. Wow, 18,809. That is not bad at all. So we'll just plonk this back in the thing here, or Clara will. The fantastic video glasses that she's wearing, evidently. It's totally not me. Okay, yeah, she's going to stop on the way back now and pick up the sugar beet harvester for us, and we'll see her back at the farm in a little while. Okay, we are back with us again, and one thing I did just remember we're going to do before we start the harvest is we are going to purchase the BGA that we were talking about, or the BGA sort of extension thing. Now, it is technically a BGA in its own right, but we are putting it down as part of the sort of BGA complex here in this small field that we purchased, field 121. Now, it looks a bit odd, sort of in the middle of a field here, but it should work out quite well. Now, there's a trick to placing this where we can get it down to about 35,600 and change. There we go, that's probably about as low as it goes. Yeah, I don't think we'll get it any lower than that. So we are going to plop this down right here and hope that it doesn't ruin the landscape. Okay, well, we've got a little bit of fixing to do with the grass there, but that's not a problem. So yeah, there we go. We've got our addendum to the BGA, and this will be where we put sugar beets and other odds and ends. So if we back out of here and go to the menu, where is it now? Ah yes, here we go. So we've got the new biogas. Did the old one take sugar beets too, or is that? Oh no, that's the new one. I'm confusing biogas plant with Cukrovnia down there. Yeah, so the new biogas plant we've got in, which it won't let us highlight because there's two of the same name. That one, in fact, I don't think if I click on it, no, it still goes up. That one will take potatoes and sugar beet, and sugar cane as well, though we don't have that, and all the usual stuff. And it'll take manure and slurry, much like the regular BGA does. Although this one pays out a bit better for the old manure, so I think we'll throw the manure in there, and we'll keep the silage going into the main BGA. But yeah, that's pretty good. So, well, let's get on with this. We have our contract to do here. Although turning the engine off will be really helpful in this situation. What do you mean it's... oh, come on. That's ridiculous. It was dry enough just a minute ago, and now it's got damp again. Well, isn't that annoying? Dear. Okay, we'll have to have a wait again, I suppose. Well, while we're waiting for that, let's go get the other little tractor and see about starting the sugar beets. Okay, here we are up at the pig farm. Well, the pig pen. Let's get the asses and head back down and see where Clara left us the little sugar beet digger upper. It should be just down the bottom of the hill, she said, next to the what do you call that thing? Container, living quarters that we have. This should work nicely with it. So let's have a look here. Lovely. Oh, it looks like it's going to fit perfectly on this little old tractor. Smashing. Look that up. Let's just run down the edge of this field here now. And we've got narrow tyres on this thing anyway, so it's not going to cause a problem. But just for the sake of argument, let's do this. Now, luckily we did fit the Ursus there, the 1014 I think that one is. That's got the bucket on it ready for this this little endeavour anyway, so we could do either or. And there's still a little bit of sun, so let's see if there's what the weather is. We might be able to pick it up again in the morning, possibly. Although if it does dry out again in a little while, we may well do that. So yeah, let's start here, get some... I need to unfold it. There we go, unfold. Now if I recall, this will dump it out to the side somewhere. So, let's turn it on, see how many it does. It would help if I was actually driving on the field, wouldn't it? Oh, we're getting... Oh, I'm not unloading, am I? This is one of those ones where you have to tell it to unload. So, what else? There we go, it unloaded something there. Ah, there we go. It's now pushing them out to the side. Lovely. Now, I'm not sure how many rows this is going to take off. It's doing quite well there so far. Although I think I missed some. But that's okay. We just have to remember there's some sugar beet in the weeds there. So let's have a look, see. Put this down here. I think it's doing one because I didn't get far enough over. But that's okay. It's a little bit of a shaky start, but I think we'll be good with this. Just trying to get a little bit of a headland down at this end so we're not constantly running into those trees trying to turn around. Let's see, if we go in the middle of 3, right there, and see what happens. So it looks like it is taking all 3 of them, so that's good. Just lining it up there. Obviously there's only 2 this time because we sort of ran out of space a bit. Like I say, luckily we have the narrow tyres on this thing, so that helps a bit. Okay, now let's go in the middle of these. I know we've got an extra bit on the end, but we can come back and get that if this works. So down the middle one of 3. And it seems to happily take 3, so that's good. And it is sort of technically double swathing this stuff too. So if we go down one side and up the other, then we should, with any luck, end up with quite a nice swath there. Although it does seem to be being a little bit awkward, or I'm just not keeping it straight enough in a few patches there. So let's go back into the CAD view and see if that's any easier. It might be. Okay, down the middle. Yeah, it is jostling around a little bit, but I think ultimately we are doing pretty well. Yes, lovely. Okay. We got that line there that we need to, just not half a line, to dig up there quick. Did I miss the end of it? I did. Can you tell I'm really, really good at this? I'm not, I'm terrible. There we go. Okay, hopefully that'll be enough room, so if we start going up and down here a bit and see exactly what happens. Well, we can start by not missing out some of these things, can't we? That would be helpful. I really like that. Maybe it would be safer to take it 2 at a time and not 3, because I'm missing them again. Yeah, let's do it 2 at a time. So this is going to take quite a while. But since the other field decided to get wet and moist and undoable. Okay, now we're getting it. Yep, so it looks like it's 2 at a time is going to be our best bet. Obviously this field isn't the straightest, so we'll try and straighten it up a bit, carry on with this, and see how it goes. Maybe have a little bit of a montage, I think. We managed to get the soybean harvest done quick. That turned out pretty good. We got just under, I think, yeah, it was just under 15,000 litres. So that is going to go into our other storage over by the chickens because that is a crop to sell. So we'll be selling that early next year, I think it is. Let's have a look. Yeah, sort of beginning of summer. That's when soybean comes into its own, and that's going to be worth a pretty penny. Now, contracts-wise, we've got a few more that Alexander has finished while he's been out there doing that. So we're going to cash those in quick, and probably do a few more contracts off camera because there's still a lot of fertilising to do, and potentially some seeding or sowing contracts as well we may pick up. but what we are going to have to do is finish this harvest of the old sugar beets, and as you can see, they are going, we're getting along with it quite well, so we're just going to plod on with this into the night, and then we'll deal with them again once the sun has come up. So, on that note, I thank you all very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed whatever this was, and if you have, please give the like button a big old slap there. Hit that like button and subscribe too if you haven't already. And comments are always welcomed, and if you'd like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. Cheerio, everyone.